Okay, we're going to take a look today at just some of the ways in which you can use the search function within the Bible app known as YouVersion Bible app. So it's this one right here. I'm going to press on that to open it up. When it opens up, it's going to come up to your home screen. You can tell that you're there, not only by how it looks, but also by the icons being lit up as your highlight. I've got mine set for blue. So what we want to do is we want to go to search. So I'm going to go over here and press on search. Now search is active, and there's various ways in which you can search the Bible, and a lot of these methods are not readily known by a lot of people. So anyway, we just wanted to go through and real quick show some high level how you can search through the Bible. And I'm going to actually start at the bottom and talk about Bible stories. So we'll start there. If you press on Bible stories, it's going to have a whole list of different Bible stories that you can go and look through, different events or people and places. And so let's say you're wanting to learn about the birth of Moses and the burning bush, then you just click on this and you've got 4 citations that it's going to go to. Now in Exodus 1, it's only starting with verse 6 and going through verse 22. So if I click on that, you'll notice it's only starting with that verse. I can't go up and see verse 5 right there. But if I scroll down to the end, if you wanted to read that whole entire chapter, you could by clicking on this read full chapter. But for right now, what we want to do is stay within the Bible story search that we're doing. And so you're going to see some navigation tools icons down here. That's a forward button and a previous button. But what you need to understand, these are the standard navigation tools within the Bible app. So I'm sitting in Exodus 1. If I press the button right here to go forward, I'm going to go to Exodus 2. All right. And if I press this on my iPhone, I'm going to go to the last chapter of Genesis. So what I'm really wanting to do when I'm looking through Bible stories is I want to make sure I'm just going to the top, and I'm going to press this back arrow key. So I'm pressing that. Now it goes back, and now I can go through the other references. By the way, you'll notice that sometimes the toolbar up here changes and things disappear. All you have to do to get it to come back is click up in that area. And when you do, you see the back key shows up. So now I go back. Now I go back. Now I'm back to where all the Bible stories are looking at. If I go back further, I'm back to the home screen for the search. So that's how you can search through Bible stories. Then another way that you can search is through this, how are you feeling? And so you've got these emojis here that kind of basically, okay, I'm happy, or I'm mad, I'm sorrowful, and I guess that's disturbed. But anyway, let's go to the happy face for now. So as you click on this icon, you're going to see a further breakdown of what would fall into that categorization. So you could pick any of these. You know, maybe you're feeling very joyful. So then here's all the different verses dealing with joy. Now you'll notice that there's only showing 3 of them right here. But if you click this more button right here, it's going to show you more. So now it pulls up a bunch of others. And you can see it's kind of jumping around between various books of the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. And this is basically pulling up things as it relates to a certain order, sort order, relevance. Okay. Now, right now I'm in this version, Holman Christian Standard Bible. You can easily change that just by clicking on that. If you want to go to the Amplified Bible, for example, this will have the most recently used list right here. But there's a total of 60 English versions that are available, so I could go to any of those just by scrolling down and choosing a translation. Okay? All right, and then you'll notice there's some of these searches brought up, these images here. And all that means is that if I click on that or press on this, it's going to pull up the verse of the day images that were out there at one point or another. So you can see the various ones related to joy. But if you want to go to the verse, you just click on the words and there's the verse. Okay? All right, so that's how you would search through using these emojis. How are you feeling? But then also up here, up above that, what does the Bible say about? And as you scroll through that, you can just take your finger and scroll through, and you can see there's various pre-built search terms that are in here. All right, so let's just pick the Holy Spirit. All right, so as you go through here, once again, you see this More button right here. You want to just hit the More. As you scroll down, you can see there's a long list of things related to the term Holy Spirit. Okay? And you can just keep scrolling. Sometimes it may give you another More button depending on how many you run into, and other times it won't. There again, to go back to search, just make sure you're using this up here. To go to the back button. Let's say I want to see grace. Same thing. I can come in here and look at these. Hit the More button, and it's all down there. Okay? All right. Another way in which you can search is to actually search by entering a word. By the way, when you click in that, you're going to see that there are some recent searches that it's going to have. And it'll even have the history of where you've gone. Okay? So you can clear these if you wish, just by hitting the Clear button. Clear the history. Clear the recent search terms. Okay, so now I'm up here and I can search for any words. Now, even though it says Romans, that just means that's where I'm at right now, but it'll search across the entire Bible. So let's say right here I wanted to put the word cross. Search for cross. Okay, there again, you've got the More button. Okay, and you'll notice it's starting in Isaiah, and then it's going to Mark, and then it's going to Numbers, so it's skipping all around. Okay, and they've got something here called sort order relevance. If I click on that, it's going to let me choose between relevance or traditional. So if I were to choose traditional, then I'm going to get things ordered in the order of the books of the Bible. So I'm going through the Old Testament first, and then it would scroll further. Of course, they're crossing a lot of rivers and Jordan and all various ways in which they cross. Now, this brings up a good point in that maybe you want to narrow your search down. So if you wanted to narrow it down to not include the Old Testament books, just click on Books over here, and you can see it's going to give a list of all the occurrences for the word cross as they're occurring in the various books. So I could go to Luke, where it has six times in which the word cross is mentioned, and it'll jump to just that. Notice what happens when I change the sort order from traditional to something called relevance. Now when I look at Luke, it's got 98 hits. Well, the reason why it has 98 hits, it's not just the sort order that's affected by this choice, but it's also has to do with if a verse has something to do with a cross or bearing your cross, without even mentioning the word cross, it'll still have that in here if I choose relevance. I'm trying to find an example of that. Like right here in Luke 23:21, but they kept shouting, "Crucify, crucify him." So that doesn't have the word cross in it, but we know that that's what occurred when, of course, Jesus was on the cross, or going to be crucified. All right, so that's how that works. You can also, up here in the search term, by the way, you can clear any of your results if you want. Up here you could type in multiple words. So let's say, do not let the sun go down on your anger, but I'm not going to use the word anger. Do not let the sun, or I'm not going to let do not. So sun go down, and I'm going to search on that. All right, so under relevance, you can see it's coming up with the first verse that I was thinking of, Ephesians 4. Be angry and do not sin. Don't let the sun go down in your anger. All right. But you can see there's other verses that talks about something other than those words being strung together in one time, one spot in the verse. So that's how relevance works. Now, if I switch to traditional, showing you with this same example, the sun go down, it just has to have the combination of those words anywhere in the sentence or the verse. So Psalm 104, it has the word sun and it has the word go and the word down, but they're not together. It still will be a hit in this. Okay? So that's how that works. Of course, you've still got the verse in Ephesians, be angry and sin not. Okay? Right now, I've got it on the Holman Christian Standard Bible. If I were to change that translation to say New American Standard, I will get different hits depending on how that particular one, that translation, uses those terms. So it's important to know that you can choose a specific translation when you're doing your search. And you don't have to retype in your words or your term again, so the sun go down is still up there. Matter of fact, I can even do a search across all English versions. If I click on that, and if I go by relevance, so this has got a whole host of that verse in Ephesians 4 talking about don't let the sun go down in your anger. So it provides a hit for all these different versions. Pretty incredible, pretty powerful. Hopefully that'll help you as you're doing a search using the Bible app.